Welcome to another episode of Successful Living Mindset. I am your host, Rosalind Perez. In today's episode, we're going to focus on the problems that we face whenever we're in the process of accomplishing our goals and our desires. I'm going to use as a reference Hendricks' book, The Big Leap, because he talks about it in such a beautiful way. Have you ever noticed that whenever you set your mind to work on something, that you have a desire or a program in your new business, or you have a goal in your personal life, in your relationship, you feel so energetic and so passionate about this goal. However, you notice that in the middle of the process, something happens that makes you feel either with low motivation towards that goal or not as passionate as when you started. When I read, if this is the case, when I read Dr. Gay Hendricks' The Big Leap book, I was just so fascinated and blown away by some of the concepts that he brought up. And one of them, the one that I'm going to focus, is the upper limit problems. And imagine this, since the moment we're born, we know what we desire and what we need in life. That's why you never see a baby holding back if they're hungry, if they're bored, if they need attention. They don't hold back. They know and they scream aloud because they feel entitled to ask for what they need. And that's a beautiful thing. And then socialization happens, and it's not necessarily that it's a bad thing, it's actually inescapable. We start limits. We start learning about limits and the things that we get to have, the things that we don't get to have. And even more of our background involves abandonment, trauma, betrayal. That makes it even more intensive because every time that we experience situations in life that are repressing our desires, guess what? Your subconscious brain interprets it as you don't get to have this. You're either not good enough or you have to watch out for other people's approval first, and so many different things. In his book, he specifies 4 areas. I'm not going to go into that, but I rather focus on bringing to the awareness why we constantly feel whenever we're in the middle of a goal and working towards something that we desire so much, this feeling that may be coming out of nowhere. Think about this. If you're in a relationship and you are having a good moment in your relationship where you're getting along, you feel connected, you feel intimate, but then something happens and takes all of that moment away. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever really sat down with that moment and evaluate what was going on inside you or for your partner? Because based on Dr. Gay Hendricks, upper limit issues shows up whenever we are going through we're crossing the line of what our mind thinks we're supposed to say. Think about this. Everybody has particular lifestyles and belief systems that keeps you in a specific structure or box. And for example, for entrepreneurs, we like to step outside that box. But this is one of the biggest issues why so many small businesses and so many people may not make it. Because when you are crossing that border, your nervous system gets activated and goes like, wait, hold on. You are daring to go beyond this line of your worthiness, and this is all subconscious. You may not feel that this is what's happening, but I assure you it is. And without the awareness, it makes it more difficult for you to work with that because your upper limit problem will come with so many different reasons why you shouldn't work on this, why you shouldn't go that way or that route. Why you shouldn't fight for accomplishing XYZ in your life? Or why we shouldn't like for as for apologize and for an argument? Like it can come up in so many ways. Why do you think many people with New Year's resolution don't make it past January, past half January? Some don't make it to February, and some don't even make it to half of their year. It's no accident because your desires, you wanting something, it's simply not enough. Because your brain, if you have never had something that you desire so much in your life, on your journey towards that, you're going to start living things, experiencing life in a way that your mind has never experienced before in the past. And guess what? It's going to be triggered by, wait, hold on, what are you doing? This is not normal. This is not part of who we are. And it's going to do everything that it knows to hold you back and to put you back into your place based on your upper limit problem. One of the biggest issues, the upper limit issues is, and this is something that it's very close to my heart because I had to work with this, and is the rooted issue of unworthiness. And hear me out, because I talk to people, and one thing is your subconscious mind, and another thing is your conscious mind. And when I bring this topic up, many people's responses are, no, but I have a high self-esteem. I'm positive and I love myself. Yeah, that's why I do X, Y, Z. But guess what? What tells you that what you are doing to love yourself or to interact with others or to dare to do other things is not deeply rooted in unworthiness? To be more concise, let me share a personal story. For me, I used to take so much pride on being independent and a go-getter and a high achiever. And I've shared this story before, but in my mind, if you say no, I say yes. If you told me that I was not going to be able to make something happen, I was like, I'll show you. I'll prove you wrong. I'll stay quiet. I'm not going to count with you, but then you'll see me making it. And when I saw others seeing that I made it, even more when they were saying, you're not going to be good at this, then it made me feel good because I proved you wrong. Where do you think that was coming from? It was from a place of unworthiness. Why? Because I did not felt enough to ask for help. In many situations in my life, I did not feel that I can count on people because I had no, I felt alone many moments in my life when I was pursuing things. And what motivated me at a subconscious level? It was to prove you wrong. Why do I need to prove anyone? Because deep down, if I have to prove something, it's because I was fearful that they might have been right. And that's how sneaky unworthiness is. And this is very different for every person. So I ask you, have you thought of this? How are your upper limit problems showing up in your life? Are you waking up in the middle of the night thinking all of the things that you have to do and then feeling your nervous system not allowing you to go back to sleep because you're in that doing energy? If you are having difficulty sleeping because you have to do what tells you that your worthiness is not founded in doing. What tells you that your worthiness is not founded in doing? Because if it wasn't, you could easily just go back to sleep. And if this is something that it's triggering you, receive the message because it's not out of judgment. Just sit with it, explore it, ask yourself, if you're being triggered, why am I being triggered? Ask yourself and explore this. Because if it's coming from that place, guess what? It's never going to be enough. It's always going to take control over you. And it doesn't matter whether if you accomplish your goals or not, or your desires, your wealth that you so much want in your life, it's never going to be enough. I hope that this is something that it's helpful for you. And if you know someone that can benefit from this information, share this episode. I want to welcome you to a new community that I created. And for the month of November only, this community will have a free lifetime access. We're going to have webinars, Q&As, support, talk about these issues that come in the way of your wealth, come in the way of you having everything that you desire. Because at the end, what we desire is to have freedom and feel joy and love and have access to everything that we desire, but in a way that it doesn't feel that you have to work hard and prove others and be on the fence and waking up in the middle of the night. It doesn't have to be that way. So I thank you for tuning in. Connect with me, look into my social media pages, my YouTube channel, and I wish you the best day. See you the next time.